Happy full moon in Libra, my dear ones. My goodness, another lunation, another month gone by. It's a powerful time, and this year is just moving so quickly. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for following my channel, helping me grow my channel by your likes, comments, and subscriptions. It just means so much to me. I can't even tell you. So, and it's a wonderful way to tune into the moon's energy because I do these every new and full moon. So you'll get that little reminder and go, oh yeah, that's right, it's the full moon. And for full moons, we always want to release. And this energy really is deep releasing. In fact, it's almost cathartic releasing. So if you're feeling all the feels, you're feeling really emotional, you're feeling some pretty deep stuff come up, if you're navigating some past stories that are kind of, surfacing and almost feeling that like, oh my goodness, this is big, you are right in line because we've got a square to Pluto to this lunation. So between the sun and the moon and Pluto, we've got a T-square in the chart, which kind of requires something that has to be let go. It's like some change, some shift that we have to make. And it's potent and it's powerful. And right on the heels of the Jupiter-Neptune conjunction this week, I don't know how many of you follow astrology, but on Tuesday, we had the exact Jupiter-Neptune conjunction, which means they're right together in the skies. And where it happened in Pisces has not happened since 1856, which is pretty powerful. So it's a once-in-a-lifetime transit. Jupiter and Neptune do get together every 12 years, but pretty powerful that it's in Pisces and has not happened in Pisces since 1856. So we are starting a lot of new cycles. We are starting a lot of new energy. There's a huge feeling of new beginnings in this, but whenever you have a beginning, you absolutely have to have endings too. So there will be endings. Perhaps some of you have already experienced some of that. It can be, knowing that you have to end something. And I think for the feeling I have, there are a lot of us that are sitting with, I have to end this particular thing in my life. This is no longer healthy for me. It's no longer supporting me. This relationship, this job, this where I live, this feeling of like, okay, something is ending. And very gently to offer too that, there may be people or pets that pass as well during this time, because there's a real feeling of like moving on and a new energy coming through and a new starting at the gates. So if you're feeling a lot, it's right in line and it's intense. And to be gentle with yourself as you move through these things and to be kind with your self-talk. That's always a hard one, right? To say kind things to yourself, even in your mind, to navigate this as gently as you can and to do the self-care things, because that will really be supportive. Because it is a wild and very intense moon. So, and with that, the moon is exact at let's see, I'm trying to think exactly when it is. I want to say it's 11:56 Pacific time, so that would put it at about 2:56 p.m. For Eastern time. So just for your time zone, wherever you fall within that. And again, it's in Libra and it's at 26 degrees. And so it's a powerful lunation. And we are actually starting eclipse season with all of this as well. Our next eclipse will be on April 30th, or our first eclipse of this season, but we're in that season of that cycle of this moon time and everything happening. So really powerful energy. And eclipses can bring about changes of their own. I heard someone explain it. A really wonderful astrologer I follow, Jessica Lanyadoo, she said eclipses can be like earthquakes. Sometimes they're little tiny trembles in the earth, and sometimes they're big and they create a huge fault line and they create this schism and, they create a lot of change. So some of us will feel this energy more powerfully than others, depending on where it is in your chart and what evidence is in your life. But just moving through one step at a time, keep breathing. And I think with all the Jupiter, Neptune in the skies, interacting with water as much as you can will be really healthy and healing for you, whether that's sitting by a body of water, the ocean, a lake, a river, a stream, or whether it's taking a bath, or whether it's, just interacting intentionally with your shower, those ways, or drinking water, just drinking lots of water, because that's supportive self-care as well. So I think a lot of us kind of forget to drink water, and it's one of the most nourishing, healthy things you can do. So if you want to go deeper into these energies personally for yourself, I do offer a full moon reading, which I will link below. I would love to do that for you, to read the cards for you, to look at your own personal energies within this and illuminate things for you and your path forward. But for now, I want to do a collective reading for all of you. And I decided to use, I lost the box. Oh, here it is. I decided to use this beautiful tarot today. It just seems powerful. It seems really in line with the energies. There's a Plutonian feeling within it, but also a really powerful, empowered feeling about this runic tarot by Jack Sephiroth, I think. And really enjoy working with this deck. The layers of the runes and also, you know, just the images is so powerful. And of course, the knowledge of the tarot. It's a really beautiful deck. And the card backs are just lovely. I just love those images. They're really beautiful. So if you followed my channel for a while, you know I always pull 3 cards, and you can pick 1, 2, or 3. You can pick now in this moment. You can pick after as you hear the messages, knowing which messages resonate for you. Absolutely trust your intuition. You will know when you feel that excitement in you, like, oh yeah, I want that to be true. That's because it is. All right, card number 1, we've got the 2 of Swords. So a potent image to be coming forward for those that pick this card. There's a real feeling of decisions coming up and a feeling that you will have to make some choices over the next couple of weeks, over this eclipse season, which I believe will be over the next 6 weeks, having to make decisions to remove things from your life, to go forward in new directions, to make choices that perhaps you weren't expecting. There may be some unexpected things that come up. And I would offer this card always echoes the High Priestess energy to me, with it being a 2 card, and it says look within. And I think you can even see that in this character. It's almost like she's got that wolf head over her eyes, like her physical eyes do her no good in this moment. And so I would offer, if you've chosen this card, your physical eyes are not what you need to use, that there are layers to what you're going to be experiencing that are underneath that you can't readily see. But if you trust your intuition and you take the steps knowing what your gut instinct is telling you, you will make the right choices and you will move through it the way you need to. So really check in with yourself. Even if you don't have a lot of big decisions that you're making, just as you move through this next few weeks, really check in with yourself. Are you moving according to how it feels right inside of you? Are you following your path? Are you following what is lighting you up? What is feeling right? What is feeling maybe scary and hard, but right? So really tuning into that. All right, let's pick card number 2. For those of you that pick card number 2, what energy do we have coming up here? And we have, wow, beautiful, the Knight of Cups. So there's a real motion for those of you that have chosen this card. There's a feeling of moving forward. You know, you have that horse, you have that feeling of riding forward. And the way to move forward for those of you that chose this card is to truly follow your heart. The Knight of Cups says, follow your heart. Above all else, follow your heart. And there are times to be pragmatic, and there are times to be logical and really think through something. This is not one of those times. This is a time to check in with, what is your heart calling for? What is your heart yearning for? What has been the dream that's come up over and over again? What is the dream that has come up and through you wanting to be experience, wanting to be manifested? And you will get to that dream by following your heart. And sometimes following our heart isn't easy for the people around us. I want to offer that making choices to follow your heart can make someone else feel bothered or even hurt. And that in these next few weeks, it's important to validate, or at least recognize, observe that reaction in other people, but to know that in your core, you have to follow your heart. Because that's where the life will be. That's where the manifestation will happen. That's where things will unfold the way you desire them to be. So follow your heart if you chose this card. All right, powerful messages for this very full moon. And this card just popped into my hand, so I'm going to go ahead and take it here. We've got the 9 of Cups. I love this image. It's just kind of chaotic and like almost like they're being silly, right? Like putting the horns on their faces. I don't know, this card just makes me happy. Beautiful image though, beautiful, beautiful card. And this feeling of interacting with life in a joyful, beautiful way, believing that the universe is supporting you, that absolutely the universe wants what you want, that what you desire is an echo of what the universe desires for you. And to prepare for the new moon that will come in a couple weeks, to really be thinking about what intentions, what wishes do you want to make? What do you want to set in motion? That by making those wishes and setting those intentions, it's going to direct your course in a powerful way. I want to offer that the wishes you make don't always come true, but it's funny because when you make wishes, you start to realize, oh, that's kind of the direction I want to go, and something unfolds, and then you change your wishes a little bit, and then something else unfolds, and you change your wishes again. But that it's a beautiful journey of co-creation with the universe to see what might be next, and while you're doing that, to keep a sense of curiosity and play, at some point, as hard as our experience is, as much struggle as we interact with, as much as difficult as life can be, it does feel like a game of sorts. You know, it's like we're coming here for this human experience, which is gnarly and hard, but beautiful and radiant too. And there's this feeling of watching for signs, of going, what is the universe showing me? You know, what is my soul's path through this? Of wondering, you know, why is it unfolding like this? What's the point of this? What's within this that's not immediately apparent on the surface? And watching for the signs to guide you, because they will always guide you home. So beautiful energies. I am wishing you all a beautiful and wonderful and magical full moon. Let me know below how things are happening for you, what's unfolding for you. I would love to know. It's a powerful time, and I think so many people's lives are changing in big and irrevocable ways. And I think it's interesting to watch, and it's also very powerful to watch. And I think, you know, we've come out of this pandemic time with a totally new orientation and a totally new understanding of the world. And we're making a new world as we breathe, as we move, as we interact in new and powerful ways. So I'm sending you all so many blessings, so much love. I will talk to you in the next video.